Hello and welcome to my new KJ map guide on the map Corrode. I'll be covering the best setups to use, lineups, hidden mollies, ultimates, ult combos, and everything in between. So if you enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, and please make sure you drop a nice comment because I've been suffering making this guide, guys. Let's start off the video on the B site with Killjoy, which in my opinion is her best site on the map by far. Because first of all, you have tons of damage with your mollies, the site's really tight, which means they'll push your setups more often. You can stall for time much better. So in general, when you're playing Killjoy on defense, I recommend playing towards the B site. Now for your first setup, place your first molly in this corner here, and place the second right against the wall here. Alarma goes just in front of the second one, against the wall. And for your turret, you can place it either on the boxes here for more damage, towards mid for information, towards heaven if you need chip damage and info from mid, or place it in this corner here. This is great because if they try and push out into sight and they turn around to shoot your turret, they'll most times walk into your setup and then get fried. As they try and come in, it activates here, pop the first, if they try and push up. If they try and fall back, pop the second, which melts them through the floor. And then for some variation, place the first molly in the same place, and the second goes right in the middle of this gap here. Alarm bot against the wall. And then if they try and come in, through this side, activate the molly. If they try and fall back into main or into sight here, pop the second and melt them. But by far her best setup in terms of getting damage and being the most hidden is by utilizing both of these walls. So place the first one in between the gap by the boxes and the wall, and do the same thing on the right side too, with the alarm bot in between both against the wall here. Now from their POV, when they try to walk in, they'll hit the alarm bot here. If they try to push forward and make a play, they're damaged. If they try and fall back, they're damaged. And then finally, you can place your molly on this box here at the very top, and the second in this gap for some variation. Alarma goes in between both, and it's the same concept, but this is just to mix up your setups and make sure you're not too predictable. So as they come in, pop the first here, pop the second, and melt the entire area here. If you have KJ's ultimates, I recommend playing her retake setup. To do this, place your turret first in this corner here, which is great because first of all, it sees them if they come out through B, but secondly, it gives you tons of range to push out into mid. I can leave my turret here, I can swing out mid, take fights here, even swing out into A-link and help my team out. And at the same time, my turret holds B and makes sure nobody can lurk up. Then, head over towards the site and place your first molly right here. Stand where I'm standing and do a simple right click throw right on this gap. Then place the second behind the structure here in the center. And alarma goes either here to watch the lurk, here to hold mid, or leave it even towards main if you want some extra stall. If they try and plant behind the boxes, pop this and damage them. If they try and plant towards the inside here, same thing, pop this and damage them. Then if you need to ult in this corner here, take space and diffuse. As you've probably noticed with A site, in general it's very hard to do setups because first of all, the site itself and even main is very wide. But what you can do is first of all place your turret here in the very corner. This holds off any potential pushes from both mid and main at the same time. Now, It's very important you place the turret in the corner here, because if you don't, and place it here for example, once they spawn, they'll simply come up here, peek it, and break it. Then for your first setup, place yourself right here in the corner, and have the first molly go right in this corner here, and the second goes on the box, like so. Then place the alarm bot right on the box in the center, and from their POV, when they try to run in, activates here, you pop the first molly, which just damages the entire entryway. If they try to fall back, it hits them through the wall. If they try to push in through the second molly, you melt them. Then you play either towards here, if you have elbow control, and kill them. Play towards backside, or if you have mid, play towards mid and swing out as they jump in the setup. Then for some variation, place the first molly on the boxes here, and the second goes on this diamond here. Alarm bot in the same place, in between both. This one's a little more deep, but gets more damage if they're aggressive towards the A main area. So if they like to neon, dash into here, jet dash, omen TP, use this and melt them as they come in. Then to hold off the elbow side of the site, first place your molly right here behind the wall, and the second, look for this triangle here. Well, this entire shape is quite weird, but look for the little diamond here on the floor and this large collection of shapes. Then place the first molly, or the second molly I should say, right on this white gap here. So again, first goes there, it's a little confusing, and second goes right on this little diamond on the floor. Alarma goes towards the boxes here, but if they try to push from their POV, the first molly hits them here. If they push forward, second hits here and melts them. What I love too is if they try to fall back in this corner here, you do tons of damage and then you can peek out from elbow and finish them off. Or play Odin, if they try to fall back, spam through and finish them off. What you can also do is place the first molly in the same place as before here, and the second right where the lines intercept here, and a little bit to the left side, like so. Alarma goes in this general area here, against the wall, or against the back of the pocket area. As they come in, Alarma hits them here. If they try to push, pop this. If they try and fall into this corner here, you can melt them. But towards the A side, you have tons of really sneaky molly spots you can use to stop the defuse. For example, if you plant the spike in this corner here, in this corner over here, or towards the center of the site here, you can throw down your mollies outside the wall on the floor like so. So one here, I'll do one here, and if you make your way towards this box and do a simple left click throw right on this ledge, if they try and defuse once you plant the spike, you pop this and kill them. And if you plant in this corner here, use this, or use this one here in the center of sight to melt them. Now in terms of holding flank on the B sites, you have two main options. Place the alarm bot down here before the barrier drops, or my preferred option is to use a turret like so in this corner. Simply flip it around and it'll watch behind for you. The turret's a bit better because first of all you have more space to push into sight. I can push all the way into mid here and hold for an aggressive push. I can push out into backside here, or even push out in towards spawn and try and get a pick. But now A site is a bit different because first of all the push into site is quite deep. So if I leave myself an alarm bot here, yes, it will hold the flank, but once I reach this area here of the site, it's offline. So what I advise you to do is place your alarm bot down here at the very start of the round, then make your way up towards main here, and simply place your turret like this. This will hold both link for you and main at the same time. Then take back your alarm bot and use it for later on. So if they come from mid here into A, it will see them. If they try to flank from main, it will see them too. You can then push up into site, take fights towards spawn, even push into spawn here and try and get a pick. Now in terms of the B sites, the four most common positions to plant the spike are going to be here near stairs, the inside of this little structure here, the front of boxes, and the side of site right here. To hit all four positions, make your way outside of main and put yourself right here. Then to hit the stairs area, place the tip of your turret on this flower pot here and do a simple left click throw, like so. To hit the front of boxes here, place the UI in this corner here of the roof. I'll zoom in for you. So right there, and do a left click. Then for side of sight, take the UI on the right side and place it in this window here, like so. And do a left click throw. And then to hit the inside of this structure here, towards the corner, you place the right side UI in this cap right here. So I'll zoom in for you, like so, and a simple left click. So here we have the stairs plant, which lands behind and will damage them through. Here you have the front of boxes. You have the side of sight, like so. And if you plant either in the center here or the corner of the structure. And then for some variation, if you plant the spike, you can make your way outside of B and into mid in this corner here. Once you're there, place the tip of your turret symbol right in this corner here of the carpet, rug, whatever you call it, like so, and do a jumping left click throw. Then place the tip of your alarm bot symbol in the same place and do a jumping left click throw. The first one will land towards the left side of sight and the second towards the right side. So if I show you again, head towards mid in this corner here. First one is the tip of the turret in this corner here. Jump in left click throw. And second is in the same place but the tip of your alarm bot symbol on the question mark. And so if you plant either here towards the corner or front of boxes, you can use this. And if you plant towards the front of boxes or on the right side over here, you can use these. Now what you'll notice with the A site is there's a huge roof here on the building, which makes it super tough to make good lineups. But what you can do is, if you plant either in this corner here, in front of these boxes here, or in front of the boxes towards this side, you can make your way outside of the site and into this corner here. Once here, this first molly will hit the right side of the wooden boxes. A simple left click throw against the side here. Then to hit the corner, place your crosshair on the bottom right side and do a left click throw. And to hit the boxes, place your crosshair on the bottom left section here and do a left click throw. And you'll see if I come in, you have one for the boxes over here, the second for the corner, and the third hits a little more towards the right and hits the boxes. And so once again, make your way outside of the site. In this corner here, you have the wooden boxes, the corner, and the other boxes. Now with Corrode, it has one very unique element on the map, which can be either annoying or can be quite fun, being that most walls in this game are super wallbangable and made of paper. For example, you can wallbang walls like this, through these walls here, basically anywhere, which means placing your ultimate in the right spot is very important. Now when you're attacking towards the B site, what I recommend you do is place your ult here behind the box. This gives it some cover and leaves a gap right in this corner here. So in combination, make your way in this corner just behind you and do a simple left click throw in this space here. It will fly over and hit the corner here, so if they try to hide like a rat, you can flush them out. And so in combination, place the ult down, come in the corner and do a simple left click throw right here. If they try to hide, you mount them. For B sites, make your way towards the corner here when retaking and place the ult down like so. Now it's impossible to hit both of these sides here with your mollies, but what you can do is ult, go towards mid in this corner here, and then place the tip of your turret on this little X here and do a jump in left click throw. And in combination, once they try and leave the B site and go into main, you throw the molly, which flies over and damages anybody standing in this position here. It leaves a gap in the very corner here, but most times they'll be panicking, trying to run away, and will get caught. Now the big issue with the A site I've seen most people have issues with is if you try and plant anywhere over here, by stairs, towards the center, enemies can simply spam through the wall and break it. However, there's one area on the site where they can't break the ultimate. What you need to do is place yourself between these beams, right here, and ult in this position. If they try and break it through the box or the wall, either underneath here or on top on the bricks, they won't be able to. Just be very careful when you place the ult down, because they can push you from mid. So maybe place it down and try and hold here. Let your team take sight and then try and push up with your team afterwards. For the ultimate and molly combo towards the A site, when retaking, place the ult down in this corner here, which leaves a little gap as shown. Make your way outside of the site against the wall and simply place your crosshair at this point here towards the top left side and do a jump in left click throw. And in combination, it will look something like this. Run over here, do a jump throw, it flies over and hits the corner perfectly. And before I let you go, first of all, thank you so much for 10k subs. I'll try and make a special video for 10k coming in the next week or two. And otherwise, if you enjoyed the video, if it helped you out, drop me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.